You want to go with Daddy? You want to go with Daddy out in the hurricane? Do you? You want to go with Daddy? Your brother does. You hear him? Alright, we're going to leave you for a little bit. Duckman here, coming to you from Pensacola, Florida. Behind me here is Hurricane, I almost said Ivan. That was a very bad storm. This is not nearly as bad as Ivan. This is Hurricane Gordon here on September 4th of 2018. First update was at 9 p.m. This is our second update at about 11 o'clock. The rain has slowed down quite a bit, but the wind has really picked up. You can really hear it whooshing up there in the trees. We're going to go for a ride downtown real quickly and see what kind of crap we can run into. No sooner I said the rain slowed down, it did exactly the opposite. It just started pouring again. And you can hear it pinging off the roof of the vehicle here. But we're going to go for a ride downtown, so like, comment, subscribe. Pluck that little dingleberry down there next to the subscribe button. In my video description, you'll find a playlist to the other videos that are going on in this series, as well as some of the other weather videos from some of the storm chasing that I've done in the past, like the Pensacola flooding that happened here for a few years, several years ago. A couple years in a row, we had some really bad flooding. Well, anyways, thanks much for watching, you guys. Here comes the intro, and we're going to get on the road. Wah! Since my first update, the storm actually got downgraded from a Cat 1 hurricane to a tropical storm. It's at 70 miles an hour instead of a 75, which is the difference between that of a Cat 1 hurricane and that of a tropical storm. While it has lessened the intensity, it's still raining like the dickens, and it's still blowing pretty hard. I feel the car rocking all over the road right now. And of course, it's pouring. It's dark naturally, so you can't really see as much of the rain as you can hear it. But we're going to continue our drive downtown and see just what we come up with. I'm going to try to stay off the interstate. I think that's probably, maybe the interstate's a better idea now that I'm thinking about it again. There'll be a lot of down trees and stuff like that. Well, you know what? That makes for a good video. Let's go see some down trees. Well, I'm approaching downtown Pensacola, not too awfully far away. Well, you can hear it. That's the wind coming in through the window. I don't see any stars or anything, so we're still under the storm. It's not like there was just a break here. It's just there's a break in the rain. Well, we might have the ability to walk down a little bit when we get to downtown over there and see what happens. But yeah, the wind was blowing pretty hard sideways. Okay, we are downtown. It looks like we still got some businesses open. Not a whole lot of them. Not a whole lot of people around either. But some stuff is still open. Now, as we approach the second block of downtown Palafox here, looks like not so much is open. A very familiar sandwich restaurant says they are open, but obviously they are awfully dark, so some idiot forgot to shut the sign off. No apparent flooding down here. They're still open. In fact, there's people sitting outdoor at the outdoor bar over here. Nice legs on that one. Thanks for that. We got some little small branches and there's leaves all over the place. We got some standing water, and we're going to have a look down on the bottom of Palafox Pier here. After this, we'll head over to the Graffiti Bridge, which is a very popular landmark right here in Pensacola. Very frequently people go over there and they paint graffiti all over it. Now, I don't know if it's legal or illegal or what the deal is, or even if it's encouraged, discouraged, or what. But it seems like every morning you go past there and the place is a different color, and sometimes businesses will completely repaint the whole thing with their logos and such all over it. So we're going to have a look over there. There's actually a spot that's below sea level, a man-made spot, where it goes down under a tunnel, which is notorious for catching 18-wheelers. And if we got any waves crashing here against the pier. Now, they call this the pier, but this is really just a landfill. See if we got anything significant out over the water. We're going to go have a walk. Wow, I don't know if you can hear me because that wind is blowing, but I can barely stand up. I'm leaning into it at about a 20-degree tilt. We're probably looking at about 50, 60 mile an hour winds blowing at me right now. Woo! A lot stronger than what I was seeing at home. We got sea spray. Well, that was really intense. I mean, I was leaning forwards about 20 or 30 degrees into the wind. I would say it's about 50, 60 miles an hour. I mean, it was blowing hard. And then it would stop, and you'd lose your balance and go forwards again. And as soon as you would auto-correct yourself, the wind would hit you again and knock you back over. So anyways, yeah, it was a little tough walking over there, and I was getting sprayed by a lot of salt water, which really isn't good for my personal electronics here, so I had to get out of it. We're going to try to find a better lit area where we can see the water a little better, and we still need to check out the Graffiti Bridge area. I don't think it's too well lit over there, but we'll see. Could be something exciting. I came through here after Hurricane Dennis in 2005, and Dennis was, I think, a Cat 3, but Dennis moved very, very quickly. Over here is, I believe, what they call Bayfront Parkway. And this is usually closed during storms. They shut this all down. But the water must not be up that high from the storm surge. Must not be up that high at all. I don't see any spray blowing across the road or anything either. Straight ahead is the Graffiti Bridge. That's right over here. And that little bottom, which kind of dug out to the earth, is actually below sea level. So sometimes when this water from the ocean over here comes spraying up, or I should say the Gulf, somebody's gonna zap me on that one, comes spraying up, it will fill that little sucker over there. But let's go have a look. All right, the water never looks like this over here. In fact, it's never usually even this high. We've got a storm surge, but it's not a real severe one. Let's get out and have a look. It's gonna be windy, so sorry for the noise in advance. I'll try to shelter my microphone with an old shirt here. See if that makes any difference. Okay, we got our shirt wrapped around the microphone. Let's hope that that gives us enough wind noise protection. Oh, wow. Yeah, we don't normally see the water up this high at all. Woo! That wind is something else. I'm really leaning way into it. Usually over here we have absolutely no waves at all. None. The water is usually pretty flat. Even when it gets a little windy, the water's still kind of flat, but not today. Gordon really stirred this sucker up. Usually over in this area, somebody leaves a parked car and they let it get flooded on purpose just so they can file the insurance on it. There's always some dumbass, you know. All right, I think we've seen enough of this. Oh, wow, it's really hard to open the car door. That wind is kind of blowing kind of this way, and when I opened that car door, it was really hard to get it open. Once I had it open, it stayed open, but wow. This has been worse. I actually got here after Dennis once, and if you look at the little pointy caps on the top of the dock that's over there, you can see that white tubing that's running back and forth. The little caps are on the top. The caps were just barely protruding from the water during the storm swell, or storm surge, I should say. The water actually raised right up to that, and then the Graffiti Bridge that's behind us, the tunnel, which is below sea level, was way below sea level, and it was flooded and full of debris. All right, let's go ahead and continue on our way. All right, taking our trip to the below sea level spot over here. Now, this is not officially recognized as a below sea level area, but actually it is. And there's a drain in here, but when they get enough water, there's no stopping it from filling up. Yeah, that water is up pretty high. This is usually a park area over here, and I don't know how well you can see it, but the trees are sticking up out of the water because the park is completely covered by the bay. Yeah, the bay is just completely washed up over the area here. I want to try to walk down here, but this is kind of grassy and wet, and it's extremely steep It's about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 feet down. Really steep, really wet. And I don't feel like getting wet tonight, falling down in the mud. Might make for a great video, you guys, but I might lose my camera in the water somewhere. Frogs are liking the rain though, aren't they? Woo! All right. So anyways, just cruising on my way home, and finally we found us a big downed oak tree. Gonna see if we can shoot it from a different angle too. But it's blocking the road, and that's actually the path it would have taken for me to get home. Big oak tree across the street. How you doing?
All right, how about you?
Good. Looks like you're a little busy tonight, huh?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of them, or is this the only one around?
No, this ain't the only one.
As I took a drive around, I haven't seen any tonight but this one, and this is the one that's on the way home. So.
Oh, okay. I just tell you, drive on down there to Barrancas. There's another one way up.
Barrancas too? Have a good night, you guys.
All right, man. Take care.
There's something else I'd like to note about this storm, and that's that there's an awful lot of lightning associated with it, and we don't normally see lightning with tropical systems. It's really out of the ordinary, but I'm seeing a lot of lightning tonight, and I have not managed to capture any of it on camera because, of course, you never know where it's going to flash, but it's not as much as like your typical summer afternoon storm, but nonetheless, there's a lot of lightning tonight, and I never see any during a tropical system. All right, well, we're just about home. So please like, comment, subscribe, pluck that little dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button so you get updates about more of Hurricane Gordon, which is actually now Tropical Storm Gordon. I'm going to continue posting videos through the night if anything else comes up, and certainly an aftermath video tomorrow. If you'd like to be the first to know when I've got an update posted, you definitely want to pluck that little dingle belly. So thanks very much for watching. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.